You know, people around here, they call my chopping slow, even mundane at times. I say I could chop a lot faster with $2 more an hour.
And chop faster he might. Early this month, Minnesota lawmakers passed a bill that would incrementally raise the minimum wage from one of the lowest in the country to one of the highest.
I know my bosses want to pay me more, but minimum wage is just so low.
Scooter's employee and senior Anthony Ayala won't have to worry about this much longer. In 2016, Minnesota workers making minimum wage will take in $9.50 per hour, something political science professor Stephen Hoffman says will have positive effects.
You know, there are a lot of people that work full-time, received them under the old regime. Full-time work did not mean a livable wage, and so there were a lot of folks that thought that increasing the minimum wage would allow people to live a much more dignified life.
And negative effects.
The downside, of course, is that it might lead to some number of people who would otherwise be working at a lower level wage actually not working, because employers will not be able to juggle the books to increase the wage that will now be required under the legislation.
Although St. Thomas does pay above the current state minimum wage, Ayala says some extra cash would be nice for students.
I think that it's really nice of St. Thomas to give us a little bit more than minimum wage, because they do understand that this is a private school. But I think they don't understand how it's getting harder and harder for students to pay, even with financial aid. So I think an extra $2 an hour, even though they don't necessarily fall below minimum wage standards, would really incentivize their students to work harder.
In St. Paul, Allison Bankston for TommyMedia.com.
Hopefully one day I get paid a little more.